Hey, what is going on? Today I'm going to cover a simple concept called recursion. In computer science, recursion is used when a function calls itself in order to solve a problem. Pretty easy, right? Not too bad. If you still don't get it, don't worry. We're going to jump right over to C++ and I'm going to show you a simple example. See you over there. Here we are inside of Visual Studios. We already have our basic C++ template coded already. Skip that part. Include namespace std, the main, and return. So right now we're going to write a function to show you how recursion works in the most simplest way. So we're going to need a function here. I'm going to return an int because we're just going to subtract a number, and then once you hit 0, we will return out of it. So let's go recursion example. It's going to take an integer, and that's that. So we're going to declare it up there, and then I'm just going to write it down here. Force a habit. You don't have to. You can write it up top here. So recursion example, and then just the integer, and then I'll just name it num. And then we'll open the brackets here, and then I'll say that. So then we're going to say if num is equal to 0, we're going to return num, because by the time, well, it's going to return 0 anyway, so it really doesn't make a bit of sense to return num here. We can just put 0, but in this sense, we'll just return num. And then I'm going to say else, and then if it's else, then go ahead and say recursion example, and then I'm going to say, and I'm going to subtract 1 from the number. So basically we call it self, and then yeah. So right now we're going to say cout recursion example. I'm just going to pass the number 10 in there, and then I'll just say end line. So let's go ahead and run this and see what we get. All right, here it goes. And we are showing a 0. Zoom in a little bit. As you can see, it's subtracted, so we can throw some print statements in here and see what our num is. So cout num, and then the end line. So it should be 10 the first pass through, and then 9, 8, 7, 6. So let's see it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, all the way down to 0. So that is in the simplest form of how recursion works. Keep in mind that is a very simple problem. You would probably never use recursion like that ever in the real world. It's usually used for very complex problems that has many branches in the data set or in the problem itself, because you can then use recursion to break these out to smaller problems to solve. But there you have it, the basic gist of recursion. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to drop a like down below, hit subscribe, because our next video should be merge sort, which guess what, uses recursion. So definitely stay tuned for that, and hope to see you there. Thanks again for tuning in. See ya.